Also covering the summit for us today is our chief foreign editor, Rob Parsons. He's with me now. And Rob, how important do you think this BRICS summit is? Because one interesting aspect, at least, is that there are other countries who really would quite like to join the bloc.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that's certainly going to be spoken about during this summit. Whether it will lead to anything or not remains to be seen. But there's no doubt that there are many within BRICS and outside of BRICS in the so-called developing world, which would like to be part of the club, but there are different feelings about it within the existing club at the moment. There's no doubt that China, perhaps supported by Russia, would like expansion, but there are others who are wary of it. India, for instance, regards possible expansion as being a vehicle for China in particular to expand its own global interests. India has its own ambitions for BRICS, sees itself as being the leading force for the so-called global south. So, there is room for disagreement there, but there are certainly countries, as I said, that are queuing up wanting to join, to be part of this club as a sort of counterweight, as you put it in your introduction, to the developed world, so the G7, to not so much the G20, but to global institutions like the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, to create separate sort of infrastructure that will act as a counterbalance to those.
And shortly we'll be hearing live from those BRICS leaders, starting with Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa. Yeah. But one of those 5 leaders we won't be hearing from live is Vladimir Putin. He couldn't go to South Africa because of that ICC arrest warrant I mentioned. Is it embarrassing for Russia that he can't attend the BRICS summit in person?
It's intensely embarrassing for Russia, I would say. Vladimir Putin is a man, who thrives on his macho image, and to be seen to be running away, from attending the meeting like that because he's worried that he might get arrested if he goes to Johannesburg because of the International Criminal Court arrest warrant, isn't a good look. Particularly domestically, where he's not looking great anyway at the moment, following the rebellion by Prigozhin last month. Which caused in June, which caused intense embarrassment to the Putin regime. To be seen to be not attending, to be having to send Sergei Lavrov, his foreign minister, to attend, is just not a good look at all.
Indeed, and we will be hearing nonetheless from Putin via video link relatively shortly, along with those other 4 BRICS leaders. We'll keep a close eye on those live feeds. We'll bring you that as soon as it gets underway. For now, though, Rob, thank you.